friends, welcome back. We're live streaming here from the heart of Washington, D.C. at the World Bank's annual spring meetings. This is the time we bring together 8,000 brilliant people, including David Katz from Plastic Bank, to try and find solutions to some of the world's thorniest and stickiest issues. We're talking about poverty. Last night, over 800 million people went to bed hungry. We know there are enormous global problems like marine pollution. One of the reasons we want to sit here and we want to chat with David Katz today is because he's working and finding solutions exactly at the nexus of a global public bad, marine pollution, and poverty. David, what is Plastic Bank? What are you doing?
Well, thank you and hello. With Monetized Waste, we're a global chain of bank branches for the poor, where anyone has the opportunity to deposit plastic garbage by mass and withdraw cash, or through a digital wallet, pay for the things that they or their children need the most, like school tuition, which we're probably most proud of personally in Haiti, where every family now can take all of their household material or collect it from the environment and take it to school and pay for the children's education and tuition at the school using that plastic garbage.
And what does the school do with it? How does the school turn plastic into money instead of taking money?
We should be in the consideration that that material has value inherently inside of it. There's a global demand for recycled material, and we sell the material that we collect to great brands like S.C. Johnson and Henkel and many others that use that in their manufacturing. Part of what we've done is close the loop in the circular economy. So now that when anyone buys a window cleaner or a shampoo bottle that has social plastic inside of it, they're in fact helping alleviate poverty and keeping plastic out of the ocean simultaneously, and creating a way that every single person can be in the action and stewardship over the earth and people.
So that's what social plastic means? It's
Correct.
More than just regular plastic. You're paying for a triple bottom line.
Like one of our collectors in Haiti, Lisa, who can earn up to $6 a day. She can earn 3 times the national average by just creating a recycling route, by going from door to door, collecting it from the environment. And where she struggled to put her children in school before, can now easily afford tuition and uniforms and a quality and diversified food and everything else that's important for her children's growth.
And how does the school manage it? So when Lisa brought to the school the plastic, and she had a bag of plastic, how does the school transform that into a tuition credit? Who do they sell it to? How does that work?
We shorten the supply chain for our customers. So really we're talking about creating a supply chain of social material, highly valuable recycled plastic. And the school itself has large volumes of collection. We pick that up and we weigh it, and we know what the value of the material is, and then the value is transferred into the school. And what happens currently is it provides a bit of a scholarship for all students. And I think more importantly, what it provides is additional income for more teachers and a higher wage for teachers as well, to attract a better quality workforce.
And is it just in schools, or can people use it
Yeah,
for other services?
There's many different ways. One of our unfolding programs in Brazil encourages parishioners to not just bring an offering on Sunday or their day of worship, but to bring the recycling with them as well.
Fantastic.
And then we match the church with the poor, because everyone's bringing the material in as offering. And so there's tremendous value to be unleashed there. And so how might we create additional value for people to transcend some confines?
And when you talk about the ultimate buyer being an S.C. Johnson,
yes.
What's in it for them? Why do they want to buy social plastic? Why not just buy plastic from the big recyclers elsewhere? Or why not produce it themselves? What's in it for them?
There's a beautiful tipping point today in business where they recognize that they have to be investing in what will be and not what is. And the great businesses do that. So what is the future vision? And that's why I'm very proud of Greta Thunberg, if you know her, this Swedish student that ultimately didn't create, but revealed a community. And that community is a youth that is worried. They're concerned about the earth.
Understandably.
And businesses, if they're not actually regenerating, they will be not in business. Sustainability is a bit passé. And if you're just focused on sustainability, which is what was, you're out of business. You've got to be regenerating. So they're in the consideration of that, because ultimately whatever we buy companies will provide. And we all have to be in the consideration that whatever you buy is a vote. If you buy something that has excessive plastic in it, that has single-use material, it's going to continue to be produced. And the next generation is not standing for it. And if you're a listener here as well, part of the consideration is that you are voting powerfully, and you have an opportunity to have a great influence over organizations. Stand forward for what you want to have happen and not what is occurring today. We have an immense power as a consumer group.
So David, for the very many people listening to you, for the audience you're going to be speaking to in the next few days, the policymakers, the corporations who are here, the heads of government, the heads of civil society, if they want to go out and purchase social plastic, if they want to vote with their money, with their pocketbook, how do they do it? Is there a way for them to find products that are made of social plastic? How do they make that connection in their consumer choices?
There's going to be an identification on all those packages that exhibit it as being a social material, one that helps transform the world, regenerates the world, where every bottle becomes new again. That is going to become very apparent. We'll find that in all Windex bottles soon. We'll be in tens of millions of bottles throughout Europe.
Incredible.
We find great organizations really coming to be a part of our revolution. And we're going to see more and more of that occurring. So certainly look for all of those things. And then, of course, go to plasticbank.com, and there's a lot of information there as well. And you can participate in plastic neutrality, which many people are doing now as well.
What's plastic neutrality?
There's a lot of corporations. We have some beautiful pharmaceutical companies that are coming to be customers as well. Now imagine as well what is occurring in the world is that if you don't have access to medical care, you can now go to a clinic that's a social plastic clinic, and you can pay for medical care and pharmaceuticals using plastic garbage.
Wow.
How powerful and how beautiful is that?
Incredible.
Right. See,
something that the rest of us throw away, somebody
no
can
question.
use for life-saving intervention.
Right. It's fields of diamonds. We've been walking over fields and fields of diamonds and gems and rubies. And in that scenario, as much as they're begging to be picked up, if there's no store that you can spend them at, or anyone would barter with you, or a bank that you can deposit them at, they're on the ground worthless as rocks.
Right.
Our existence in communities, the whole social plastic ecosystem reveals the inherent value in something that already has value. And we just make it easy to transact.
You reveal the points of sale.
We reveal value is what we do.
That's incredible.
Correct. And how powerful for tuition and medical insurance and sustainable cooking fuel and high efficiency stoves or Wi-Fi or cell phone minutes or just power.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of transforming what the rest of us see as garbage
Correct. Yeah.
into something of value for the poorest people.
Right.
Because this is a way of providing jobs, it's a way of providing currency, of income.
Wow, it's
That's
even
so
more.
powerful.
It's actually entrepreneurship, which is unlimited. Because when you have entrepreneurship, you have future vision. It's not about what I'm being paid today or tomorrow or the week. You are now in control of your future and of your destiny.
And do you find younger people being drawn to this? Do you find this is something that women do? Is it something that men do? Lisa, other consumers that you have, other people who are working in this social plastic arena, what are the demographics? Who are you seeing becoming the entrepreneurs?
We're focused on women. All of our country managers are women. Our executives are women. This is about a stewardship, about a love of each other and everything that's alive. And inherently within women, that's exhibited. We're focused on creating female entrepreneurship. We're focused on putting more girls in school. We're focused on the wholeness of that. And of course there's many men. And of course there's many people that are involved. And there are many seniors involved where they don't feel like they have other opportunities. And so we need to steward them as well. I mean, there's just so much to do.
Now, David, do you ever worry that by monetizing plastic, we always talk about the need to reduce, reuse, then recycle. Do you ever worry that we're going to skip reduce, reuse, and go straight to recycle if you've been able to reveal this value and make it a currency that more people will want it, more people will trade it?
This is an important conversation. So there's a couple of figures that I'd like to throw out here. So number one, I'll ask you, how many people are there on the Earth? Around 7.5 billion, right?
Coming to 9 billion by 2030.
So 7.5 billion people, the average mass of a human is 62 kilo. 7.5 billion people at 62 kilo. There's 8.3 trillion kilo of plastic on the Earth, which is the equivalent of 129 billion people worth of plastic.
Kidding.
No. There's 129 billion people worth of plastic by mass.
Already
existing. So by volume, it may be 350 billion people worth of plastic, and we're making more. That has to end. So let's be in the consideration of that. If we introduce a fully recyclable new material, if we bring in new material types that interrupt plastic, we're doomed, because it would reduce all value in the 8.3 trillion kilo that are here. We're beyond the tipping point of replacing plastic. Everyone should be aware of that. We have to steward it and make sure that it's as valuable as it is, especially when it's cash, because the poor never throw cash away. So how might we continue to circulate the volumes of material that we have now and create an incentive for people to go and collect it from the environment no matter where it is? How might we create a way that it never leaches into the ocean to begin with? That's what we need to do.
And so it's about the circular economy.
That's what it is. No question. Regenerative economy, because not just circular, not just where I'm taking one value loop, but how might I continue to create value and value and value and value and value?
And move the value closer to the people who need it most.
That's what we're doing. And that's why a blockchain banking application developed by IBM, it's a banking application that gives credit rating, debt service ratio, a bank account, an asset that allows people to now have an earning and a sense of being, right? Because that's what we need to do. We need to continue to have people ascend from poverty. And one of those examples, one of the powerful examples that I love in what we're doing with one of our companies, Henkel, a German consumer goods company, there's a platform there. They have a giant chain of salons, hair salons in the world, and what they've committed to in their almost 1 million consumers a day, is that through the engagement of consumers that come through their salons, what we're standing forward to is to create training opportunities. So you're a collector of collecting material. When you collect enough volume, we send in trainers so you can learn how to be a stylist. So now we can give you a trade.
That's incredible. So give people a pathway into the middle class.
No question.
Not just
That's
out of poverty.
it. And we want to create a tax-paying citizen so they can contribute into their own society. And so the society can flourish.
So David, why are you interested in this? You're an entrepreneur. You could be doing many things, making lots and lots of money.
Yeah, how better to make money? Well, the more value you create for the world, the more that I can participate with, which is fantastic. It's the way business has to be done. Traditional capitalism truly has to end. It has to end when only the shareholder returns value at the cost and price of all others is over. What is unfolding today is the realization that I gain value when all gain value.
We can all grow the pie. Our own share doesn't have to get smaller because other people get a bigger share.
I love the African proverb that by alone I go fast, but together I go far. That's what we're doing. How can we create a way that everyone participates? We all go far together. We generate value for the world.
So where's this revolution happening? Where's Plastic Bank working right now?
We're in Haiti, powerfully in Haiti, beautiful in Haiti. We're in the Philippines, Indonesia, and Brazil. We're 500 and some collection locations around the world, and we need to continue to scale and grow. There's just so much to do, so much opportunity. The African continent's begging us to be there, always the forgotten continent. We need to be there. Everyone's focused on Southeast Asia for plastic leaching into the ocean. Africa is as well a huge, we need to be there as well. Egypt is next. Colombia for some good reasons. Of course, the rest of Southeast Asia is beckoning us as well. And the world is asking for us. We have people reaching out every single day from around the world saying, please come to my community.
So you
and
have
I want to be there.
What's stopping you? What's the missing element here to scale this?
It's taken me a long time to get to where I am. And it seems like people are just showing up. People are just in the consideration of what's occurring now, and companies are just showing up. It's like someone tipped a switch, and now everyone's showing up to buy the material. What we need and what we continue to need are organizations that show up and say, I must participate. Now we're thrilled that many of them are showing up and saying that by 2025, 100% recycled content. That's been the tipping point. Everyone is now racing to discover how they're going to facilitate it. And really what we do is we build the supply chain. We let them commit to those, and we create that so that they can exhibit it and be a part of that solution. So the world is shifting. I'm not sure if it's fast enough. I'm not sure if we're past the tipping point for the ocean.
But it is shifting.
But it's shifted.
And what I love is
Yeah.
it's this idea not just about the oceans, but it's about poor people, and it's about making sure that the fix
It's about,
helps
that is
poor
it.
people as well.
It is poverty. It's what is occurring in the ocean is of poverty. That's why. It's not that we're using straws in Washington, D.C., let me assure you.
Right. I think that's the beauty of the solution. Now, Veronica from Kenya, one of our viewers, has just asked a question. She's very interested in recycling plastics in Kenya. Kenya isn't a place that plastic bank
exists
works
yet.
yet.
Right.
What would you suggest to her? What should she start thinking about? What should she do?
There are a lot of organizations in Kenya trying to add some sort of social enterprise. I would suggest that she start Googling, start being active. There are recycling firms in Kenya that are active. And if she visits us at plasticbank.com and there's a form where, like, bring us to your country, Kenya certainly is in our realm. So Veronica, thank you, and visit and fill out a form, and that will help us come to your country as well. And so there are nucleuses of ecosystems there, and we have contacts from, I would hesitate to say thousands, but hundreds of people that want us to come to Kenya, and we need to be there.
And it's part of why we brought you to the World Bank, because we want to hear from entrepreneurs like you who have these ideas that can change the world.
Right.
Where did you get the idea from? I mean, it's like you said, it's revealing value.
Yeah.
Why hasn't anyone revealed it before?
I know, it's just so simple. It's just so fundamental and rudimentary. It's not like it's got to be some secret sauce or something. It's like, wait a minute, plastic is money? Like, that makes so much sense. Like, what's going on?
Right.
And it came through a seminar that I took that had 3D printing. And in that seminar, I came to learn that this long, solid strand of plastic through a nozzle changed the shape of the material. And when I saw this big brown belt that was exhibited, that was really the nucleus, this May the 11th, 2013, and I asked, well, how much did the belt sell for? Well, $80. Asked what the material cost, told $10. I was like, oh, hold on a second. The only thing that changed the value of the material was its shape. Oh, how could I reverse engineer that so that inside our mind we look at it differently? Maybe I didn't need to change the shape of the physical product, but the way I viewed it. And that is fundamental as well, like within Haiti. When school tuition is $20 in Haiti, no public access, everyone has to pay. There's 200,000 children who can't go to school. We're not going to end poverty there unless we end that. So when a family looks at a bottle now, and they can look at it and go, oh, okay, well, it's $20 a month to go to school. We couldn't do it before, but now we can easily in a day afford it to send you to school. It's not the plastic that they're looking at. It's not even the $20 that they're looking at. The paradigm shift, it's the end of poverty.
Right.
It's their social security.
It's their kids getting out
It's
of
their
poverty.
future and the children's future. So it's not $20 anymore. It's not a bottle anymore. That's a whole world inside of them.
Is that what an entrepreneur does? Is sort of bring a different mindset? You look at the same things as the rest of us, but you see something different.
I think that one of the incredible gifts of environmental activists is that they've been amazing at pointing out problems. And it is also their challenge, because we see what we think about. And environmentalists see problem after problem after problem, and they want to advocate for it, which is beautiful, but they will never see the solution. And entrepreneurs look for solution. They look for the how. And we need a world and an army of entrepreneurs looking for an army of solutions. And we need to continue to reveal the great business opportunity in it. And it turns out that it's surprisingly non-competitive to serve the world. How many plumbers are there in Washington, D.C.?
Right.
500?
Right.
How many people are trying to change the world? A handful?
Right.
It is the same amount of time to change the world as it does to change your village.
Well, I think that's a beautiful idea, and the idea of entrepreneurs looking at things differently becomes so important.
Absolutely.
Because certainly coming from the environment field, we don't tend to take yes for an answer. We keep telling people where the problems are. We haven't been so good at finding those solutions, and we depend on entrepreneurs. We depend on all the people who are coming here today and many, many more who are watching to really find ways forward. So what does success look like for you? So we always talk about the year 2030. 2030 is when we hope to have achieved the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. It's when there's going to be that additional 1.5 billion people are coming to dinner every day. What does success look like for you and for Plastic Bank?
Well, I think that for the world, success is when we come to a tipping point when virgin plastic production starts going the other way.
Interesting.
That tipping point will be change for the planet, where we now are continuously using and reusing Plastic in a circular model that is regenerating society when the world is demanding recycled content over virgin content. And that will come as more technologies come into play. Everything that we, by the way, every technology that we need today to fix this already exists.
That's amazing.
And by the way, something that I also am enlivened by, and even not just the plastic problem, but, and if other people are watching as well, be in the consideration that nothing we're doing is against the laws of physics. I'm amazed and surprised at how many people at first said, oh no, you can't do that, what about the mafia, what about this, what about that? Yeah, those are all challenges, but nothing is against the laws of physics. So it's all possible. And so the same in any of the SDGs, in any of the global grand challenges. I love the IBM design prompt thinking, which starts off everything with, how might we? How might we solve poverty? How might we serve the environment? How might we solve all of those issues? That's a way better context, because they would be much more open to receive the solutions that are already there.
What do you think are some of the other problems that ultimately, now that you're fixing the idea of social plastic, you would want to turn your entrepreneurial mind to?
I know that within this realm, when we look at that base of needs, when that insecurity where people cannot transcend to be in the consideration of others, I think that when we can be in that place, which really is the ambition of the World Bank, how might we be able to launch an army of people in the service of others? And how can we create a level of consciousness when we move away from the consumerism, this attachment to thing, or a sense of worth, or living in the eyes of others? How could we create that place?
And how do you do that? As an entrepreneur, how do you get other entrepreneurs? So often we think of entrepreneurs as people who are going to get rich, and that's not a bad thing, that's a wonderful thing, but how do you get them to do that while making the world a better place too?
Authentic leadership is action, right? So, I don't care what you say, I don't care what you do, because what you say speaks so loudly. So we need to have this place where people are in action and speaking loudly and being in the action of change. And part of the ambition here is to exhibit the success. I hesitate on the word success because that's just so broad. Success for me is to serve humanity and be beautiful and have a beautiful life and be in the inspiration of things. Success for others may be wealth or other things, an attachment to money or a car. And we need to continue to exhibit success in serving the world and regenerating the world.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, pleasure.
Everybody, these are the exact kind of people we get to talk to here at the World Bank every day. It's a privilege for us to talk to change makers, to talk to authentic leaders who are helping us meet our mission of ending world poverty. I'm Valerie Hickey, reporting here from the World Bank Group. Please join us again when we'll have more really wonderful people to talk to help us solve some of these wonderfully big but solvable problems.
Solvable problems.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.